All right, so are y'all really out here trying to get Jimmy Garoppolo back to the New England Patriots? Let's talk about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more New England Patriots news as I continue to cover it throughout this off season going into the next 2023 season. So we get this here, and it says fans might be ready for a quarterback change. Might Bill Belichick look to reunite with his former successor to Tom Brady? And now, before I really get into this, I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he's a consummate professional. He says the right things. He leads the right way. He doesn't stir up any media attention. He doesn't really want any attention. He's all about the team. Even though he thinks he's better than what many of us think he may be, he seems to fit right into any offense if you want to put him on a team because he's not going to be a distraction. He's going to play above. He's an above average quarterback who has some decent big time moments. You know, he's gotten to a Super Bowl, he's gotten to an NFC Championship game, but his problem is that he's come and been riddled with injuries. So the injury aspect to Jimmy Garoppolo is going to deter any team, let alone the Patriots, away from him. So what I'm asking is, do we really want an injury riddled Jimmy Garoppolo back on the New England Patriots instead of Mac Jones, young rookie quarterback? Well, not a rookie anymore, but are we really down that bad? Let me know what you think about that in the comments, but let's get into this. It says, Christopher Gasper of the Boston Globe speculates that Jimmy Garoppolo, returning to the team that made him a second-round pick in the 2014 draft, should at least be under consideration. Gasper asked rhetorically if the Patriots building around Jones is the sunrest or Surrest path to back to connection. He says, quote, no, they should divest him from the draft capital and invest in number 10 wearing quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, Gasper wrote, answering his own question, saying, quote, Garoppolo is forever the one that got away from Bill Belichick. He planned to bounce Brady and turn the team over to Jimmy G, end quote. Now, even if you disagreed back then that Bill Belichick should be dismissing Tom Brady and turning the team over to Jimmy Garoppolo, even if you disagree with that, it would have been better for him to do that back then than it is for him to do it now, is my answer. Because either way, we're not in Super Bowl contention. I understand back then the gripe, because I didn't want to release Tom Brady and turn it over to Jimmy G. We were still potentially Super Bowl contenders back then. But now it doesn't make sense to do it. I mean, I guess you can make it a little sense because we're not in Super Bowl contention. You want to build the Patriot way around Jimmy Garoppolo. So I can see that argument being made. But either way, we're not going nowhere with him or without him. Well, maybe, because there is another argument. Now that I'm thinking it through a little bit more, there's more than just that argument. Because Jimmy Garoppolo is sustained in what he's done, he's made the NFC Championship, he's made a Super Bowl, almost won it. What our defense, Jimmy Garoppolo under center, makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to leave that argument out there. I still disagree with it, but I can see it now that I'm thinking it through a little bit more. Jimmy Garoppolo, with our defense, we could potentially make a run. However, the injury prone, it's going to happen. Whether it be week 1 or week 5 or week 8 or week 10 or week 17, Jimmy Garoppolo is bound to get hurt throughout the season. And depending on when you lose them, like how the 49ers lost them, they lost them midway to late through the season. Even though they had a hell of a backup in Brock Purdy, they still ultimately couldn't get it done because the person that they were banking on winning it for them got hurt. And that's Jimmy Garoppolo, and he tends to do that a lot. So let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Are you one of the fans that are trying to get Jimmy G back on the team? What do you think about Jimmy G potentially returning to be back under center for Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots? Or do you want to continue with Mac Jones? A lot of people I see out there are not believers of Mac Jones. And that's why we have so much conversation around, especially on this channel, with the quarterback situation. Because a lot of us, I'm not one of them. I still want to see. I think Mac Jones has left a lot on the table to be seen, and I'm willing to give him one more season. But a lot of people have already washed their hands with Mac Jones, and they're done with him. But what do you think about that down in the comments below? hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next clip.